What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Zay Moolah Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah, and on today's episode, I will be giving y'all my Week 5 NFL picks for this week. But first, before I get into the video, I just want to say thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for all the support, for all the love, for the comments, for the likes. Like I said the other day, I see the likes going up. I see the subscribers going up. I see the views going up. I'm so thankful. I got to give thanks, man, to God himself. I really am nothing without him. And I'm just so appreciative for y'all. Like I always say, we're going to keep going and going and going. And we're going to keep growing and growing and growing in Jesus' name. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get to this video. So the first game up will be the Chicago Bears at the Washington Commanders. It will be the Thursday night game coming on tomorrow. And, man, when you look at the Chicago Bears, y'all, I mean, talk about what a way to blow a lead. You're up 28-7. Justin Fields plays the best game of his career, and y'all still end up losing the game, giving up 24 unanswered points. Man, what is going on in Chicago? Matt Eberflus, the head coach of the Bears, he is definitely on the hot seat. I think he should have been fired on Sunday if you ask me. But I think if they lose this game tomorrow night, he will definitely be gone. We already know what happened last month with their defensive coordinator, Alan Williams, and that mess. I mean, it's just a complete and total mess in Chicago. Chase Claypool is on the team, but he's really off the team. What in the world is going on with the Bears? On the flip side, you look at the Commanders. They fought hard on Sunday against the Eagles, they even forced the game into overtime, but they just came up a little short in overtime and ended up losing it. But I have to take the Washington Commanders. They're at home. The Bears are a hot mess, man. There is no way Washington should lose this game. So I think they get it done. Chase Young and Montez Sweat and their defensive line should eat. And I think Sam Howell probably going to throw for a couple of touchdowns. And, yes, Washington should win this game big. So give me the Commanders big over the Chicago Bears. Next up, we got our Sunday matchup. So we have the Jaguars playing the Buffalo Bills in London. And if you look at the Jaguars, they actually just played in London on Sunday against the Falcons. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, though. I was not encouraged with what I saw from the Jaguars. They won the game, but it was really because their defense dominated. Trayvon Walker, he had a sack. Josh Allen had 3 sacks in that game. Darius Williams had an interception, a pick 6. So I'm still not impressed with what I'm seeing from the Jaguars because I think right now, offensively, they don't know what team they want to be, right? We know the Jaguars have the weapons. Calvin Ridley, Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, and Evan Ingram at tight end. But also out of the backfield, they have Travis Etienne Jr. and Tank Bigsby. So I think the Jaguars have to figure out that balance between running the football with your running backs, but then also using your weapons and giving them the football. And then when you look at the Bills and what they did on Sunday against the Dolphins, I mean, 48-20, they absolutely blew them out. Josh Allen, man, played arguably the best game of his regular season career, had a perfect passer rating, threw 4 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs had 120 yards and 3 touchdowns. And, man, the defense forced the interception on Tua. They locked down Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle on all that speed. So, with that being said, I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills. I think Buffalo right now is really, y'all, they are hitting their stride. After that week 1 game, you can say that the Bills have been the best team in football because, Lord have mercy, what they did to the Commanders and then what they just did to the Dolphins, woo-wee. Yeah, give me the Bills to win that game. Next up, we have the surging Houston Texans going to the slumping Atlanta Falcons. Man, that darn C.J. Stroud, y'all. C.J. Stroud right now is playing like a top 10 quarterback in the league. I mean, the kid has not thrown a single interception. He has attempted 151 passes and doesn't even have an interception right now. He is looking like one of the best quarterbacks in the league already. Nico Collins, man, oh my goodness. Nico Collins' first 2 years, everyone thought he was a bust. Now, all of a sudden, Nico Collins already got over 400 yards through the season. I think Nico Collins is on pace for about like 1,900 yards right now. Man, what a difference having a real quarterback makes, doesn't it? It helps when you got a real quarterback back there throwing the ball. And then you saw what the Texans did defensively to the Steelers. I mean, they just completely locked down George Pickens and that offense. Then when you look at the Atlanta Falcons, though, oh my gosh, Falcons fans, I feel bad for y'all because the Falcons actually have some pretty good weapons on offense, but Desmond Ridder is just not that good. And I know Arthur Smith said, I think it was Monday, that he was going to stick with Desmond Ridder as the quarterback one in Atlanta. But, dude, you might have to go to Taylor Heineke because this is ridiculous. The Falcons have too much talent offensively to be averaging 15.5 points per game. That makes no sense. When you got Kyle Pitts and Drake London and Bijan Robinson and Jonnu Smith and Tyler Algier, it makes no sense to be averaging 15.5 points per game. Even my darn Tennessee Titans are averaging more points than them. So I have no faith in the Atlanta Falcons. So I have to go with the Houston Texans and CJ Stroud to get their third straight win. And, man, the Houston Texans, could they be a surprise playoff team? They very well might be. But give me the Texans to win that game. Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers going to the Detroit Lions. And the Panthers, I mean, man, what is going on in Carolina? Y'all don't even have y'all first-round pick next year. So you really can't afford to lose like this. But you're looking right now, the Bears have the top 2 picks in the draft because the Panthers gave up their pick to go up and get Bryce Young, which, got to be honest, Panthers, y'all should take a CJ Stroud, but, hey, y'all took Bryce Young. Now you got to live with it. So the Panthers, I mean, they just look abysmal, especially offensively. This offensive line stinks. They cannot get any movement up front whatsoever. They gave Miles Sanders that big contract. He hasn't panned out so far. Adam Thielen looks like a shell himself. DJ Chark cannot separate. This offense stinks. But then you look at the Detroit Lions, right? Man, what a win that was in Green Bay, 34-20. David Montgomery had 3 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, even though the Lions need to give Jahmyr Gibbs the ball more. And then they're getting back Jameson Williams. And, man, on that defense, you got Aiden Hutchinson and Jerry Jacobs making plays. Cameron Sutton. Man, y'all know how I'm going to go with this. This should be a blowout for the Lions. I mean, I'm talking about absolute blowout. Jared Goff should go crazy. Dave Montgomery should go crazy, and the rest of the crew. Jameson Williams probably should have, like, at least 2 60-plus yard touchdowns in his first game back. I'm going with the Lions big at home over the Panthers. Now, y'all see that next game, but I ain't going to give y'all a prediction yet because that's coming Friday. So we're going to just skip over that Titans game like we don't see it. But that's coming up on Friday. Next up, we got the New York Giants at the Miami Dolphins. And, man, the Giants, what in the world? Last year, y'all went 9-7-1. Everybody was like, yeah, the Giants are back, man. G-Man, baby. No, y'all not. Y'all aren't doing nothing. Y'all gave Daniel Jones $40 million a year. $40 million? What? Okay. Come on, man. Got me sound like Lil Jon right now. $40 million for a guy that threw 15 touchdowns? That's the guy you thought could lead you to the promised land? Daniel Jones threw 15 touchdowns last week. Or excuse me, he threw 15 touchdowns last year. And y'all gave him $40 million a year, 160 over 4 years. Are you insane? The Giants are done, man. They are done. Daniel Jones sucks, and he's always been a bad quarterback, and y'all knew it. He played okay last year, and y'all was like, well, he was okay last year, so let's just give him the bag. No. Daniel Jones is who we thought he was. He is a bad quarterback in this league. So I have no confidence in the Giants. And then you look at the Miami Dolphins. And yes, I know the Miami Dolphins got blown out 48-20 to the Buffalo Bills. But I think the Dolphins are hungry. I think they're going to get their revenge. Y'all, I ain't going to lie. They might put up 50. They might put up 50 on the Giants, really. I think Tyreek Hill will have a big game. Jalen Waddle, Devon A-Chain, Raheem Mostert, Tua. Then defensively, you know, now that's where one area that the Dolphins have struggled is on the defensive side of football. But I think this is a perfect game to get right because the Giants are not good on the offensive side of football. And Daniel Jones has already thrown 6 interceptions so far in the season. So the Dolphins, listen, y'all should win this game going away. Give me the Miami Dolphins at home to win the game. Next up, we have the New Orleans Saints at the New England Patriots. And the Saints, again, another bad performance from a quarterback. Derek Carr only had, I think, 137 passing yards. and he threw the ball 30 plus times and couldn't even get 200 passing yards. The Saints offense has not scored more than 20 points in a game. I have zero faith in their offense, zero faith at all. Their defense is still playing well, even though on Sunday their defense did not look too great. They did let Baker score 3 touchdowns, and I think he had over 240 passing yards on them, but their defense is still really good. Now, when you look at the New England Patriots, they're kind of about the same as the Saints. I would just say the only advantage the Saints really have right now on the Patriots, I think, is just defensively. But I think both teams offensively are just absolutely horrific. They have no speed to them, no creativity. It's very, very, very basic, simple offense. So with this game, man, it's really a toss-up, y'all. It's a toss-up game, but I think I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints to win. I'm not confident in that, though, because like I said, these teams are very similar. Both of their quarterbacks, I mean, Derek Carr, week 1 against the Titans, like he played kind of well, but outside of that, he hasn't shown us anything. Again, like I said, the Saints have not scored more than 20 points in a game so far this year. That's absolutely ridiculous. When you got Michael Thomas, Rashid Shaheed, and Chris Olave, and now you just got Alvin Kamara came back, and y'all can't even get more than 20 points in a game. That is not good. But then you look at the Patriots, right? Like I said, their offense sucks. Mac Jones, they have no playmakers at receiver. But give me the New Orleans Saints to go to Foxborough and win the game. Next, we got, man, what a game this is going to be. AFC North right here, baby. Great rivalry. The Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Ravens went to Cleveland, got it done. Lamar Jackson played a very efficient game. Their defense, man, they got after Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I get that he's a rookie, but their defense still played lights out. Obviously, the Ravens, we know they have really been hit with the injury bug, right, with Marcus Williams and Odell Beckham and Rashad Bateman. You know, they've really, really been hit. Marlon Humphrey as well. They've really been hit with the injury bug. Tyler Lindenbaum. But, y'all, I hate to say this because I love Mike Tomlin. But I think this is going to be his first year having a losing season because the Steelers' offense is so bad. Matt Canada is the worst play caller in football right now. It's kind of the same thing with the Saints. The Steelers have too many playmakers to be this bad on offense. George Pickens, Allen Robinson, Calvin Austin, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren. Why are the Steelers struggling like this? Well, I tell you what, it's Matt Canada calling the same freaking plays over and over and over and over again. And then the Steelers defense just let CJ Stroud throw for over 300 yards on them. So when I look at the Steelers, I'm looking at a team that has a bad secondary right now. And I'm looking at a team that just cannot move the ball whatsoever on the offensive side. So because of that, I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens to go to Pittsburgh and win the game. Let's go, Lamar Action Jackson. Big trust, baby. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Los Angeles Rams. And the Eagles, what a win that was. Going in overtime, a tough, gritty win. A.J. Brown, man, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts finally looked like the old Jalen Hurts from last year. Their defense still concerns me. Their defense really concerns me, particularly that secondary, because I think the Eagles are still getting up way too many passing yards. But with the defensive line that they have, Jalen Carter looking like the defense rookie of the year, and Josh Sweat and Fletcher Cox and all the guys that they have, man, I think it's going to be too much for the Rams to overcome. And speaking of the Rams, Matthew Stafford played very well against the Colts on Sunday. Puka Nacua, man, this dude got 39 catches for 500 yards. And mind you, he was a 6th-round draft pick. But y'all better remember this dude's name, Puka Nacua. Y'all hear me? Puka Nacua. This dude is a freaking beast. I think he's second in the league behind Justin Jefferson in receiving yards. And, man, he's been playing extremely well. The Rams' defense actually has not been too shabby, but I just think that the Eagles have too much firepower, and I don't think the Rams are going to be able to keep up because the Rams, still no Cooper Kupp, and I just don't think they're going to have enough weaponry to keep up with what the Eagles have. Next up, you got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Arizona Cardinals. Man, Bengals fans, where y'all at now? Yeah, where y'all at now? Y'all are done. Your reign is over. Y'all are done. Joe Burrow has played like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. Y'all are averaging 12 points a game so far. Woo, woo, that don't smell good at all, does it? That does not smell good, does it, Bengals fans? Yeah, where y'all at, man? Y'all are horrible. All that skill, all the skill players that y'all have averaging 12 points a game, and you got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd and Charlie Jones and Joe Mixon, and you only giving me 12 points a game? Get out of here, man. Get out of here, Bengals. And then your defense. Y'all made my Titans look like we the darn 2015 New England Patriots when it comes to offense. And we're not. But y'all just made my Titans look so great offensively. I have zilch confidence in the Bengals. But the Arizona Cardinals, how about it? Josh Dobbs, Mr. Tennessee himself. He's played pretty well, y'all. He's not turning the ball over. He's using his legs. He's making smart reads, making smart throws, throwing the ball very accurately. Michael Wilson, rookie wide receiver out of Stanford. He played a very, very nice game. You still got Hollywood Marquise Brown, James Conner in the backfield. The defense, y'all's defense isn't great. But you know what? This is going to be my upset. Give me the Arizona Cardinals over the Cincinnati Bengals. Arizona over the Cincinnati Bengals. Why should I have faith in y'all's Bengals? Y'all ain't done nothing. Nothing at all. You hear me? So give me the Arizona Cardinals. That is my upset pick of the week right there. Upset pick of the week. The Arizona Cardinals over the Cincinnati Bengals. Next up, we got the New York Jets at the Denver Broncos. And man, Jets, listen, Zach Wilson played his heart out. That was the best game Zach Wilson ever played. 28-39, 245 yards, I believe. I mean, Zach Wilson absolutely played well. He threw a couple of touchdowns as well. Man, Zach Wilson looked so great. And y'all's defense, Patrick Mahomes is my boy, but y'all made Patrick Mahomes look really human on Sunday night because y'all had 2 interceptions. Really should have been a third because C.J. Mosley dropped one. But wow, Jets, I mean, I do really feel bad for y'all because y'all should have won that game. So y'all really should be 2-2 right now. And then you have the Denver Broncos who, wow, Broncos, y'all really need that win. After what happened in Miami, after y'all gave up 70 points, Lord have mercy. Y'all really needed that win. I still worry about that defense, though. I mean, y'all let Justin Fields throw for over 335 yards. That is not great because the Bears' offense is not good. So I still worry about the Broncos' defense. But offensively, y'all, I got to give him credit. Russell Wilson is playing very well right now. I think he has 9 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions, about 106 quarterback rating. Russell Wilson is looking like the old Russ. He really is. Marvin Mims Jr. out of Oklahoma, rookie wide receiver. Man, he keeps making big plays. They still got Cortland Sutton, Javonte Williams out of the backfield. So, who do I go with, though? You know what, y'all? I'm going to take the Broncos because they're home. And I think with that altitude in Denver, ain't nothing to play with. So I'm going to take the Denver Broncos at home. But expect this game to be close. But I just think, the Broncos are at home. And everyone knows that altitude ain't nothing to play with in Denver. So, yeah, give me the Broncos. Next up, we have the Kansas City Chiefs going to Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Vikings. And, man, the Chiefs, that was a very ugly win. Patrick Mahomes threw 2 interceptions. He really should have thrown 3. The Chiefs offense still cannot find their rhythm. I mean, these receivers, y'all, are just not making plays. MVS, Richie James, Scott Moore, Justin Ross, Justin Watson, Kadarius Toney, Rashee Rice. These receivers are not making plays. The only reliable receiver threat that Patrick Mahomes has right now is Travis Kelce. That's it. He doesn't have anybody else right now at the receiver position that you're worried about. It's literally Travis Kelce, and that's it. These young receivers have not made any plays yet, and that's why the Chiefs right now, That's why they look like a very, very beatable team right now. Very beatable than they've looked in years previous. Why? Because their offense does not have the same juice that it normally has. Their defense has looked elite, though. And that's where this Chiefs team has really made a lot of strides because this defense, these young guys are stepping up. Legere Sneed, Joshua Williams, obviously you got Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, Nick Bolton, Brian Cook. That's where the Chiefs have really stood out. Justin Reed is on the defensive side of the ball. They have been very elite on defense. And then you look at the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings coming in this game 1-3. They really needed that win. They won against the Panthers. I wasn't that impressed. Kirk Cousins, he was okay in that game. I was surprised because I thought Kirk Cousins was going to throw for like 400. Because, come on now. Y'all were playing against the Panthers. But Justin Jefferson continues to be an elite receiver. He has 6 catches for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. He continues to do his thing. Like I said, he is just still an elite receiver. I still am concerned with the Vikings defense. Yeah, you played well against the Panthers, but it's the Panthers. Come on, the Panthers don't have any true receiving threats. And now you're going against Patrick Mahomes, and Isaiah Pacheco and Travis Kelce. So Vikings, how y'all gonna do? I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs to defeat the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. I just think the Chiefs at the end got too much, and I think their defense is going to kind of put the clamps on Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson. Next up, we have the Sunday night football game. Boy, what a matchup is this going to be. We got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And the Cowboys just had a huge win against the New England Patriots with Dak not having to do too much, right? The Cowboys won that game because of their defense. DeRon Bland, he had a pick 6 and he had another interception. The defense just played lights out. And that's really how the Cowboys are going to win games. They got to win it defensively because Dak so far this season, Dak really hasn't done anything to really make you go woo, look at Dak. No, Dak has been solid. He's been a game manager. And as long as Dak can turn the ball over, the Cowboys are fine. But as y'all saw in the Arizona Cardinals game, if the Cowboys turn the ball over, they're not going to win, right? They're not going to win. So Cowboys fans, hey, hold your horse for a little bit. That was a nice win y'all had against the Patriots. But again, the Patriots are so horrible offensively, they can't do anything. So just take it with a grain of salt, Cowboys fans. Meanwhile, the San Francisco 49ers are the best team in the NFL, period, by far. No question. They are the best team in the NFL. Brock Purdy literally just completed 20 of 21 passes. That's 95%, y'all. This dude, Brock Purdy, man, he is the real deal. Wow, this kid just continues to show why he should have never been a 7th-round pick because he just continues to make play after play after play. And Christian McCaffrey, oh my goodness, man. Christian McCaffrey, I think right now he's the MVP of the league. This dude got darn near 900 yards of scrimmage through 4 games. That is insane. He's on pace for, I think, 2,500 scrimmage yards right now. Christian McCaffrey, C-Mac, man, what a great trade that was for the 49ers. And then when you consider you still got George Kittle, you still got Debo and Brandon Ayuk on the outside. Man, the 49ers are absolutely loaded on offense. And then defensively, you got Javon Hargrave and you got Drake Jackson and obviously Nick Bosa and Fred Warner and Taloa Hufanga, Charvarius Ward at corner. I just think the 49ers, man, are just playing at such an elite level. I think they're so above every other team in the NFL right now. I don't see any way the Cowboys win this game. Literally, the only way the Cowboys win this game is if Brock Purdy throws interceptions. But so far, Brock Purdy has shown he does not turn the football over. So I have no reason to believe he won't keep that going. So give me the 49ers at home, man. As y'all say, what y'all say, Niners Nation or something like this? So, yeah, give me the 49ers at home. And then we go to our last game, y'all. We got the Monday night football game. The Green Bay Packers travel to Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. You're looking at a Packers team that is coming off a bad loss to the Detroit Lions at home on Thursday Night Football last week. Jordan Love threw a couple interceptions. He did not look like the Jordan Love we had seen through the first 3 games. This offense did not look like the same offense we had seen through the first 3 games. Their defense struggled mightily. Like I said earlier, David Montgomery, he had 3 touchdowns against them. So they struggled mightily in the run game, and he had over 100 yards on them. So the Packers overall, that was just a bad game. Aaron Jones barely got the ball. I think Aaron Jones only had like 4 carries. I don't know what that was about. At the end of the day, Jordan Love is still a young quarterback in this league. This is his first year starting. You got to use your running backs. You got to use Aaron Jones, and you got to use A.J. Dillon, and then set up your play action pass off that. You can't let Jordan Love just drop back and throw the ball 30, 35, 40 times. He ain't ready for all that yet. He's still a young quarterback. Y'all got to run the football. Then you look at the Las Vegas Raiders. Well, Aiden O'Connell for the majority of the game played well, but then at the end of the game, y'all, at the end of the game, he throws an interception to Asante Samuel Jr. that effectively ended that game. Now, I'm not sure if Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be back, but I don't think it's really going to matter because as most of y'all that know me, no, I'm not a big Jimmy Garoppolo fan. I think Jimmy Garoppolo, let me get close to the camera. Jimmy Garoppolo is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the entire league, period. I said it with my chest. Let me say it again. Jimmy Garoppolo is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the entire NFL, and I've always felt that way about him. If the 49ers did not have him, they would have won that Super Bowl against the Chiefs 3 years ago. But you know what? Hey, that's another story for another day. But when it pertains to this game, I will say this. I want to take the Raiders. I really do. I want to take the Raiders so bad in this game because the Raiders defense actually played well in the second half of that Chargers game, but they struggled mightily the first half. Oh, man, y'all, this is so tough because I want to take the Raiders. You know what? I'm going to take the Raiders at home to win this game. Jordan Love, I mean, at the end of the day, Vegas is still a tough place to play with that crowd. I think Jordan Love could throw another interception or two, maybe even a pick six. And I think because of that, I think that the Raiders are going to capitalize off that. That's going to get them short field. At the end of the day, Raiders, y'all still got Devontae Adams, and you got Jacoby Myers, and you got Michael Mayer, and you still got Josh Jacobs in the backfield, and you got Hunter Renfrow on the slot. So the Raiders still got enough talent on offense to move the ball. Now, defensively, is like I said, that's where they're going to have to come up and show out like they did in the second half of that Chargers game. Because if they could come out, get an interception or two on Jordan Love, I think the Raiders' offense will capitalize on the short fields. I think the Raiders will get it done. So give me the Raiders to win the game. Man, so that is my week 5 picks, y'all. That is my week 5 picks. This was another episode of the Zay Moolah Sports Podcast. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Y'all know how your boy gonna end it. God bless. I love y'all and see y'all later. Peace.